Imagine this. You've just crossed your 60th birthday. You're retired, or perhaps working part-time, enjoying more free hours with your family. But at the same time, you notice something strange. Carrying the grocery bags feels heavier than it used to. Climbing the stairs makes your knees wobble a little. Even getting up from the sofa doesn't feel as effortless as before. Does this sound familiar? You're not alone. What you're feeling is not simply old age. It has a name. It's called sarcopenia, the gradual loss of muscle mass and strength as we grow older. Starting as early as your 40s, your muscles begin to shrink if you don't pay attention. But by the time you enter your 60s, this process accelerates dramatically. That's why some people in their 60s feel 10 years older than their real age, while others feel 10 years younger. The difference lies in one key thing: nutrition. Now, here's where it gets exciting. For years, many of us have believed that cheese, milk, and other dairy products are the ultimate muscle-building foods. Drink your milk, finish your cheese, and you'll grow strong. That's what our parents told us, right? But let me tell you, if you're in your 60s and serious about fighting sarcopenia, you might actually want to forget cheese. There's a food that does far more for your muscles. And surprisingly, it doesn't come from the dairy aisle at all. So what is this magical food? It's something you already know, but maybe never thought of in this way. It's lentils, beans, and legumes, a humble plant-based powerhouse of protein, fiber, and vital nutrients. Before you think, "Doctor, how can beans replace cheese?" Let me break it down for you. First, let's talk protein quality. When you're in your 60s, your body becomes less efficient at using protein to build muscle. It's almost as if your muscles are stubborn teenagers. You have to give them extra. But remember, nutrition alone is not the whole story. Your muscles need both fuel and challenge. Eating lentils while sitting all day will not build strength. Combine this diet with light resistance exercises, like lifting small weights, doing push-ups against the wall, or using resistance bands, and you'll supercharge the effects. The food gives your muscles the building blocks, while exercise tells them, "Hey, we still need you. Don't go away." So if you're in your 60s and you want to defy aging, here's the simple formula. Forget cheese. Embrace beans. A cup a day is your natural shield against sarcopenia. It's affordable, it's delicious, and it's scientifically proven. Instead of slowly shrinking with age, you'll keep standing tall, moving with confidence, and enjoying life's golden years with the strength you deserve. Because let's be honest, aging is inevitable, but weakness is not. You still have the power to choose how you age. And that choice can start with something as simple as what's on your plate tonight. Close your eyes for a moment and picture yourself at 70. You've lived a life full of experiences, raising a family, building a career, celebrating milestones, and maybe even becoming a grandparent. You've gathered wisdom, patience, and perspective. But as wonderful as these years can be, there's one invisible challenge that often creeps in. Your body starts to feel weaker, slower, and more fragile than before. That challenge has a name: sarcopenia. At this stage, muscle loss is no longer just a gradual decline. It's faster, more noticeable, and it affects your independence in ways you may not have expected. Tasks you once did without a second thought, bending to tie your shoes, lifting a pot in the kitchen, or even standing up from a chair, suddenly feel like small battles. But here's the hopeful truth. Even in your 70s, you still have the power to push back. And here's where the myth comes in. For decades, many of us were told that cheese, milk, and yogurt are the keys to staying strong as we age. But let me ask you, if dairy were really the solution, why do we see so many people in their 70s still struggling with frailty despite a lifetime of drinking milk or eating cheese? The reality is this: cheese might give you protein, but it doesn't provide the complete package your aging muscles desperately need. So what should you eat instead? The answer may surprise you. It's not an exotic superfood or a pricey supplement. It's something that has been on our plates for centuries, but often overlooked: soybeans and tofu. Yes, tofu. Some of you might already be thinking, "Dr. Tofu, isn't that tasteless?" Let me stop you right there. Tofu and soy products are among the richest plant-based sources of protein, and they come with a unique advantage: isoflavones. These compounds act like gentle signals to your body, helping protect not just your muscles, but also your bones. And we made one simple switch. Instead of cheese sandwiches, she began having tofu stir-fry with vegetables for lunch 3 times a week. Within 2 months, she noticed not only better digestion, but also a sense of stability when walking. She told me, "Doctor, I no longer feel like I'm one stumble away from a fall." That's the difference one food can make. But I must emphasize, food is the foundation, exercise is the builder. In your 70s, you don't need to lift heavy weights to fight sarcopenia. Even gentle strength training, like chair squats, lifting small water bottles, or using resistance bands, combined with soy protein, can have dramatic results. Think of it like this: soy provides the bricks, and exercise is the construction crew that uses those bricks to repair and rebuild your muscles. So here's my message to everyone in their 70s. Don't settle for weakness. Don't let sarcopenia steal your independence. Forget cheese. It's yesterday's solution. Embrace soy. Make tofu, soy milk, or edamame a part of your daily diet. Because at this stage of life, strength is not just about muscles. It's about freedom. The freedom to move, to live without fear, and to keep enjoying the moments that truly matter. Aging may change your body, but it does not have to control your future. Your choices still hold incredible power. And the next time you sit down to eat, you can choose food that builds, not breaks, you. Picture this. You're in your 80s. You've lived through decades of change. Wars, inventions, grandchildren being born, technology transforming the world. Your memories are rich, your wisdom unmatched. But your body, it sometimes feels like it can't keep up. Walking across the room may take longer. Lifting a bag of groceries feels heavier, and the fear of falling is always in the back of your mind. This isn't just normal aging. Much of what you're feeling is linked to sarcopenia, the gradual, often silent loss of muscle mass and strength. By the time you reach your 80s, sarcopenia can affect as many as 50% of older adults. That means every second person in this age group is struggling with weakness that could have been slowed, or even prevented, with the right nutrition and habits. Now let me ask you a question. If cheese and dairy really were the best foods for strength, wouldn't our nursing homes be full of strong, energetic elders? Instead, what do we see? People relying on walkers, wheelchairs, or needing assistance for simple tasks. The truth is that cheese is calorie-dense but nutrient-limited. Your 80-year-old muscles need something more powerful. And here's the secret. The food that fights sarcopenia in your 80s isn't cheese. It's fish. Yes, fish. Especially fatty fish like salmon, sardines, and mackerel. Why? Because fish isn't just protein. It's protein combined with omega-3 fatty acids. These omega-3s act like a protective shield for your muscles, reducing inflammation, improving the way your body uses protein, and even boosting the signals that tell your muscles to grow. Let me explain with a simple image. Imagine your muscles are like an old radio. In your 80s, the signal between your brain and your muscles often becomes fuzzy. Even if you eat protein, the message doesn't always get through clearly. Build muscle. But omega-3s clear that signal. They make the communication between your brain and your muscles stronger. So the protein you eat is actually used to rebuild, not wasted. Here's a powerful hook. Studies have shown that older adults in their 80s who eat fish twice a week have better grip strength, faster walking speed, and even longer independence compared to those who don't. Think about it. 2 simple fish meals a week could mean the difference between walking on your own or relying on someone's arm. Now, I know what some of you may be thinking. Doctor, I'm too old for this. At 80, what difference can food make? Let me tell you, it can make all the difference. Your muscles are like clay. They may be drier and harder to shape than before, but they are still moldable. Even in your 80s, you can add strength, stability, and energy. I've seen it happen with my own patients. One gentleman, 82 years old, came to me after 2 falls in 1 year. He was terrified of losing his independence. His diet was simple: tea, toast, and cheese most mornings, with little variety. We introduced 2 fish-based meals per week, grilled salmon with vegetables and a simple sardine salad. Within months, his walking speed improved, and he told me, "Doctor, I feel like my legs belong to me again." That's the life-changing power of the right food. But let's not forget, muscles are not the only concern in your 80s. Brain health is equally important. Sarcopenia and dementia often run side by side. And guess what? The omega-3s in fish don't just protect your muscles, they protect your brain too. Stronger muscles, sharper memory, steadier mood. All from something as humble as fish. Now, I'm not saying you must suddenly become a seafood chef. Even canned fish like tuna or sardines can do wonders. Add them to a salad, mix them with vegetables, or eat them with whole grain bread. Simple, affordable, and powerful. Of course, food alone won't keep you strong. At this age, your exercise may not look like it did decades ago, but small movements matter. Chair exercises, gentle walks, lifting light objects. All of these, paired with fish protein and omega-3s, help you rebuild. Think of it this way: fish is the raw material, and your movements are the sculptor. Together, they carve out strength even in your 80s. So, if you're in your 80s, here's my heartfelt advice. Forget cheese. It won't save your strength now. Choose fish. Twice a week. It could mean steadier steps, fewer falls, more independence, and the freedom to keep doing the things that bring you joy. Because the truth is, aging doesn't have to be about decline. It can be about resilience. It can be about making choices, even small ones, that keep your body serving you faithfully. Your age may be 80, but your strength, your clarity, and your independence can still feel much younger. And all it takes to begin is what you put on your plate tonight.